baby. Still catching feelings for you. Feelings for you.
Welcome. We are celebrating today.
So much to get now and
It's like the first time I heard this song. I love it.
I love it.
All right. So welcome everybody into today's Mom Link Live. We're so excited that you guys are here with Bailee Carlson. And what I'm really excited about with this live is Bailee Carlson just joined the Mom Link community. And so we're taking the time today to publicly welcome her, introduce her to our amazing platform. So please, when you guys come on to the live, in the comments below, please help me welcome Bailee. So just say welcome in the comments. We would love your support on this live, and we would love her to feel supported and welcomed into the community. So let's get going, Bailee. What excited you the most about joining the MomLink community?
Well, so I work with women, and I always say, because I always say that I've had so much drama around in my life, especially with women. I hear it and I'm like, oh my gosh, I hate women. But then here I am, and that's all I work with, and I love, so I love it, and so I'm so excited to just add more women, because I think that women need to become more united instead of segregated and distant from each other. And I love that there's a community here already. I think that was one of the most things that I was excited about, is I'm like, it's women supporting each other and being there for each other and helping lift each other and grow each other. So I think that was one of the most things that I was excited about, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, same thing with me. I have a big history with women not being nice to me and backstabbing and pretending to be your friend and then not, and all that. So when I found the MomLink community as well, that was one of the communities that helped me to heal from a lot of that past stuff. So I know that you will be on a healing journey around that inside the community, as well as you being able to bring healing to our community. So
right.
I am I am super pumped. So I would love for you to tell our community about yourself and your background in women's personal development. And we'll probably take, I don't know, maybe like 5 minutes or so to just hear a little bit about your background and how you got into personal development and how you decided to turn it into the amazing business that you have. So take it away.
Yeah. So I originally went to school because I wanted to be a psychiatrist. I was like, I want to be able to help people, give them their medication. So I went to school, and school is not for me. Or at least psychology wasn't. I love psychology and understanding it, but I'm not a test taker, and that wasn't who I was. So I moved home, and I ended up getting married. And I actually went into hair after that, because I started cutting my husband's hair, and I started cutting my uncle's hair. And I had already been doing it illegally before as well, because my grandma owned a hair salon. My aunt was a hairstylist. So I feel like I was already in the groove. So I just started doing hair, and I've been doing that. I've had my own business with that for 6 years, and it's been great. I love it. But I've started doing therapy sessions or life coaching sessions, and I just still felt that draw to help people, like how I did before when I wanted to be a psychiatrist. So I just really pushed myself. I went back to get my communications degree in my bachelor's, and I've walked this last month in May, and so I'm super glad to be done, because, like I said, school is my thing. Like, I'm very lucky I got through. ChatGPT definitely helped me with most of my assignments towards the end, because as a mom,
Tell your teacher no.
like, please don't be on here. But I was a mom. I started actually wedding decorating because I love doing that. Plus I was doing hair, plus I was doing school. So I was just pulling myself in all these different directions. But I actually got certified in life coaching, and for purpose life coaching and mindset and confidence coaching, and which it helped myself, which was great because I have all of my own personal problems that have been there for the last 6 years. So it's been really great to work on myself, but I've actually been able to create courses now for things that have helped me in my life, especially like when I was in my darkest moments, like with my marriage and everything like that. Went through my journals and I looked at all the steps that I took to get better. And these are the things that actually, that the courses that I made are the things that helped me get to where I am. So now that's what I offer. Is I offer like a 5-week self-esteem course. And then the other one is, it's really hard for me to describe, but it literally is all the steps that took me out of my dark place that I did. And it's a 12-week course. Honestly, it could be made into a 12-month course because of how deep we go into it. But I'm at least giving the tools where if that's something you need to do on your own, you can. And then now I have my women's retreat, and I'm just wanting to create that community for women where we don't feel like we have to be by ourselves going through our hard times. I think the more vulnerable you are about the hard things in life, the more people are like, oh my gosh, me too, or I have something similar. And you're able to communicate and connect, because it actually is like, it's proven that there's psychologically that there is a collective brain or community brain, and I cannot remember what it is, so don't quote me. But essentially what it is that if women or a community is on the same wavelength, they all have the same intuitions and promptings and feelings that they follow. And I've actually seen it like with women my age, like, or with kids who have the same kids my age or my kids' age, is like they're learning how to can foods and they're learning how to be self-sufficient on their own. And it just is like a whole community of women that I've been seeing who are doing this, but it's because they're all on the same wavelength of having younger kids, the same age, the same. So it's just been really interesting to see that collective brain. But I think that it's so powerful that when we get together, we get on the same page without even knowing it. I definitely love that intuition that we as women, I feel like, have. And I love that. So
yeah, no, I love it. And God did create us for a community. I truly believe that the whole design behind being a woman is to come together in community. But because of so many pains and traumas and dramas, unfortunately, that we see every day in the world. I mean, our young kids experience it. I experienced it at 7 years old. I still remember a horrible experience I had with another girl at that age. So it happens at a very young age, happens in our teen years, well into our adult years, when you become a mom, other moms that also have kids that go to school. I mean, so we're just seeing this negative pattern. And what I love about the Mom Link is our whole community is all about rising together in this energy that you're talking about, and to come together to not compete with one another, but to support and uplift one another. And I'm so excited that as an ambassador of the Mom Link, one of the leaders here in the community, that I have the chance to introduce someone like Bailee to the rest of our community, because we need other women like you, Bailee. We're desperate. We're thirsty. Like, we're so thirsty for your story and your experience and what you have to bring to the community. So I'm so excited. I'm really, really excited. Now, I know that you have a community that I think, if I hope that I wrote this down right, I believe your community is called Stand Tall, Strong, and Empowered Community. So I would love to know what inspired you to create that community. And you kind of answered it a little bit, but I would love for us to go a little bit deeper into that.
Yeah, so actually, so you have the titles right, but those are for my courses that I have. So I have my 5-week one that is Stand Tall, and
Okay.
then I have a membership where it's Stand Strong,
Okay.
and then the 12-week course is the Stand Empowered.
Oh,
And so it's Sister Standing Strong,
okay.
and then my main page is She Stands Strong.
Love
Um,
it.
so
So how are you building the community?
Yeah, so the community, it has a lot to do with just if you feel like this is something that you need, where you need that extra support. I'm having just people go on and sign up in the Facebook group.
Okay.
I haven't really published it yet because I've been trying to get all of my other ducks in a row before I go live with that. But I think probably by the end of this week for sure, we're going to have that Facebook page up and running and
And
um,
what's the
with
Facebook
everything.
what's the Facebook group going to be called again?
It's Sisters Standing Strong.
Sisters Standing Strong. Okay. I want to make sure that I become a part of the community so I can support you in there.
Yes, I would love that. So I'm just going to be sharing that page out there. What we'll be doing is we're going to actually be learning and talking. We'll have like a main theme each month of some attributes that we can be trying to implement in our life and being able to go out and work and change ourselves. And one of the reasons why I want to create this community is because we have to learn to change together. Changing by yourself, it takes so much more effort. So
Yeah.
like when I was in my darkest stage, I was there for 5+ years, almost 6 years. I had no one to talk to. I had nobody helping me. And I didn't know where to go.
Right.
So I want to create a community where, let's say that you have a goal and an aspiration to become more grateful, and that's a theme. We can make a group message of women who have the same aspirations where you guys go hold each other accountable for the goals that you are wanting to set and achieve. I think the biggest thing is I just want to make it that we are able to be together, to support together and change together. Because when we feel like other people are changing and posting about it, we're like, okay, we need to be doing the same work because we're obviously falling short in somewhere. And if we're falling short and it's not working for us, ask people, what is it that I'm not doing because I am not feeling this way? And then maybe it goes deeper and you have to go somewhere extra for help. But sometimes you don't know you need that until you start talking to people and know that you need that. So that's like one of the biggest reasons is it sucks being by myself
I
and
know.
keeping
It does.
secrets. It feels like you're keeping a secret, especially when you're married. You just don't feel like you can come out and just say everything.
Mhm.
So like that's like is if we have a safe platform where we can come out and talk about all of our problems, whether it's our spouse problems, our internal problems, anything, that we can just come out and state it and say, hey, I'm struggling with this. If you've had the same thing, what helped you?
Mhm.
Like that's what we need. So that's one of the biggest reasons. But I just want to create a community where we can grow and learn together. The
Yeah.
biggest thing is together. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I love it. I mean, you're in your 20s. I'm going to be 50 here in like a week or so on the 16th. And one thing that I agree with you is that it took me all the way into my mid 40s to even come out and figure all this stuff out. And I think back, I'm like, man, if I had someone like myself or someone like you that has already been through it and was open to be honest about the experience and to share their story, I wouldn't have felt as alone.
Mm-hmm.
And like you said, it doesn't take you as long to have those light bulb things happen where then you know what to do next so that you can overcome the situation faster. And that's what it sounds like your community is helping your clients do, which is just, it's incredible. Like I'm so excited for your community. It's awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's awesome. Okay, so I know you have a retreat
Yes.
coming up. I'm so excited about it. And I would love for you to share with our community more about She Stands Strong Women's Retreat. And as you share, if you can include what the attendees will be experiencing, what they can expect, and how the retreat is going to contribute to your overall mission of your community.
Yeah, for sure. So one, my goal is to have quarterly retreats. I'm from here in Utah, but I don't want just Utah communities, right? I want communities worldwide, essentially. So that's my goal, is that once I start getting a bigger crowd, if we have a bigger group of women who want to have a retreat out by them, we're going to do a retreat out by them. I want to have that community again where we can come together, because it's one thing to do it socially online, but it's a different one when we are needing that in-person support. And sometimes you don't know you need that in-person support until you get that in-person support. So the theme with the retreat, which is here in Utah, it's in St. George, it's July 11th through the 15th. I have it that we have a VIP pass that goes from the 11th to the 15th. And then just the standard days are the 12th through the 15th. So the only thing with the VIP is you get an extra day of courses and classes, and an extra night stay. And then so through all of that, you're going to be getting tools, having workshops. Beautiful Miss Heather is going to be coming and doing a course. So we have some great speakers who help us learn how to meditate. And for me, when I heard meditation, I thought about yoga meditation, like doing the ums. And that's not what this is about. This is about learning how to be with yourself and learning what works for you. I know people meditate differently than how I do, and it's just to learn what it is that you need. She's going to be there. I have multiple classes that will be talking about self-identity. We'll be talking about our worth and identity, how those go together. We'll be talking about confidence and having a confidence class. We just have a lot of different courses, but I go to workshops and courses and classes that are all day long for 3 days in a row. And I am beat by the end, and I can't remember very much unless it's written down and I can look at it. And that's not what I want. So what we're going to be doing is we're only going to be having like maybe an hour or two of classes in the mornings, a 5-hour break where we get to go at this resort. It has a beautiful lagoon, which it's so beautiful. I'm so excited.
I saw pictures. I was like, oh my God.
It's beautiful.
So pretty. Mm-hmm.
So St. George is known for this red rock, like Moab. I'm sure a lot of people know what Moab looks like. And then if you want to go into town and explore, like this is meant for you to kind of decompress and figure out what it is that you need, because we're going to give you some tools. And I want you guys to be able to go start acting upon those tools. And then so we'll gather again for dinner. And then we'll come in, we'll have a small another course or class where you guys can then go again, decompress, or we can stay together and play games. I want this very interactive and again, as a community, but also if you need something different, we'll do that as well. So
yeah, sounds like fun. To me, it sounds like a women's retreat that, like, if you had to put together like the best things that you could possibly think of to do at a women's retreat, where you feel not only filled up with making new friends and finding a new community, but you also have time to relax and, like you said, decompress and really be present with ourselves, because as women, we're pulled in so many different directions all year long.
Yep.
All year long. And when do we have the time to stop and not always be giving to other people, which we are givers as women, and we love it. Like we're made to give, like
yes.
We're made. But when do we ever have the time to stop that and give back to ourselves? Sometimes we feel so selfish for doing that, and we don't end up doing it because we think it's a selfish thing, but really it's not. Like God created us to have that quiet time and to reassess and to figure out what our next step is. And I feel like this retreat is really going to open up a lot of opportunities for ladies to understand and to be present with what the next step is in their relationships, in their business, in every walk of life, with their kids, whatever. And I'm super excited to be able to present. I am really, really excited that Bailee said yes. And I hope that y'all can come. Bailee, what's the cost of this? And is there a pre-sale? And then are you going, like, if they don't get it by a certain date, is the price going to go up? I would love to know. And of course, how to go and sign up and the website and all that.
So signups close in 5 days.
Oh, okay. Sign up in 5 days.
Yep, 5 days are closing. So that way we can solidify the house that we're getting and all the speakers that we have. So 5 days is it closes. And so for the standard package, I had it. I had it all pulled up, and then I had somebody just try to call me. So I'm trying to hurry. I had it and then it went away. So for just the standard price, it is $365.99. And then for the VIP, it's $437.99. Now that includes the speakers and it also includes foods. So it includes your
All
meal
the meals 3 times a
and
day.
your night stay. Yep.
3 times a day and all meals. And I think you said snacks too. So like if people are hungry and stuff.
Yeah, just some snacky foods for sure. Yep.
Okay. And then does it also include I don't remember if you said that at the resort itself, do they have extra things that you can do? Like, I know you said there's a lagoon. So if we wanted to float on it, or if there, I don't know what they have there, but does it
And
include
then we'll have a hot tub as well in the home. So we'll have a hot tub in the house. They have a big lagoon, and then they also have a swimming pool and a hot tub at the retreat. And it is like a beach as well with like this super soft sand, so we can go lay out at the beach. Oh, sorry, I just had the biggest hiccup.
okay.
Yeah, so we have a few things. The house actually comes, I want to say, with 2 kayaks and 2 paddle boards.
Oh.
So we're able to kind of take turns. We'll kind of have a sign up for you to say, hey, I want it for this time. That way everybody's having time to use it. But yeah, so it already comes with stuff. We don't have to worry about bringing our own or anything like that. So
Very nice. Very nice. Well, you know what? I have been to a lot of different retreats, Bailee. And the price point is amazing. So if you ladies want an amazing retreat that covers the food, the expense, all of the stuff, you just have to get your butt there. Yep. And again, anywhere from 365 to 437. So we'll let you talk to them and see what option that they want. But where do they sign up for that?
So I have the link. And I could actually probably just send that to you. But it's shestandstrong.com/birthday fun retreat -copy.
Dash like hyphen?
Yeah, a hyphen copy.
Okay. All right. I was going to say I could try and put it in here, but I don't remember how to do that. Where it like goes at the bottom.
I know. Yeah, I don't know how to do that on here.
I'll have to learn that because I can't remember how to do that. But if you guys want some information, just go ahead and follow Bailee. Where are you at? Like what platforms are you on?
So I'm on Instagram and I'm on Facebook. And then my husband and I just started our YouTube channel as well. So
if they pull up Bailee Carlson, is that what you're under? So if they want to get some more information on that?
Yes. So the main Instagram page is the Bailee Carlson.
Okay.
And then Facebook is Bailee Carlson as well. And then our YouTube page is Welcome to Our Mess.
Oh my God, that's so good.
Yeah,
right,
welcome to our mess.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. Very, very cool. All right, so let's get into a little bit about the empowerment and growth piece that you're going to be bringing to the MomLink community. So I would love to know, how do you support women in building self-confidence and also empowerment? Because we all are looking for that.
Yes.
But we're not real sure the how. So how do you do that with what you offer?
So with the confidence, I actually, like I said, I have that 5-week confidence course that I do. But the biggest thing is changing your mindset on how you see yourself. For example, my daughter, she's 4. I don't know where she got this from, but I saw her go and look at herself in the mirror, and she was so cute. She had this cute little ponytail and these fake glasses and her cute little backpack. And I was like, oh, she's so cute. But then she goes and looks at herself in the mirror and she goes, because if you can see, I have a huge mirror right here. Yes, she goes and looks at herself right there and she goes, I don't even look cool. Oh. I was like, I don't think I talk negative to myself in the mirror. saying I don't put cool, like, that's not something I would say, but I was like, "Okay," immediately. At the time, I was reading the book from Mel Robbins, it's The High Five Habit, which is an amazing book.
Love it.
If you struggle with giving yourself props for your accomplishments, this is a book you need to go and read, hands down. It's super great. I use it now on my daughter. She has her mirror talk every day, morning and night. And I have even noticed her come into my room, talk to herself in that mirror if she has gotten in trouble with me. But that's the thing, is we have to learn that we are the only ones that are going to be with ourselves 24/7.
For the rest
I'm
of
not
our
with my
life.
daughter 24/7. Only she is. And then she obviously is left to her own thoughts. No matter what I say, it doesn't matter, because whatever she is telling herself is going to be coming out more ahead than what I ever say. So we have to learn that what we say to ourselves when we're sleeping or not thinking, our brain is still working. So if we're telling ourselves these negative things, we're going to constantly be seeing them. So the RAS, I cannot remember what it stands for, but it's a psychological term of something that our brain does. It's our filter in our brain, essentially.
Raz.
So, yeah, the RAS. Yeah. So it filters out everything, right? Like all of the extra noises. Like right now, I can hear that my daughter is playing the piano, but like right now, I'm able to focus on this, right? If I were to solely focus on that, I wouldn't be able to tune into this. So, like an example, if you're going into a crowd and you hear your name, your brain is letting that noise come into your ears because it knows it's important. That's the only reason why. And so, if you are training your brain that negative self-image is important to you, even though it's not, you constantly thinking about it, constantly talking about it, and bringing it up is telling the brain that it's important. So what is it going to show you? That that's what it's important. It's not. My throat just dried. It's not going to show you that all the opposite, because that's not what you're looking for. You can have 1,000 people tell you that you are so pretty or that you are so strong, whatever the thing is that you're struggling with, but you're not going to actually see it because you're not looking for it. So that's one thing that I always work with confidence coaching, whether it is with the business or whatever, is you have to start seeing the positives.
Right.
Your small wins daily are the things that you have to start seeing. If not, you're never going to be able to change. And I think that that's another one with confidence, is you have to get out of your own way by not keeping yourself in your comfort zone.
Yes.
Because if you're staying in your comfort zone, which I believe that we are here to eternally progress. We're to constantly be progressing and getting better. But if you stay in your comfort zone, if you stay stagnant, you're not going to be progressing, because that means you're not changing. And to be constantly progressing means you have to be changing. So if you're going to stay in your comfort zone, which means you're never going to change, which means you're never going to act, which means you're never going to progress. So those are,
we want it. We want to, though. Like we see people that are super confident and we're like, man, I wish I could have that kind of confidence. Well, are you willing? So are you, the people watching, are you willing to do what it takes to get yourself out of that comfort zone so that you can then rise above and actually live inside that confidence? And like Bailee said, what you focus on, you attract. So
yes,
what are you wanting to attract to your life, everyone? Are you wanting to attract positive things, or are you wanting to attract negative things?
yes.
Also, I think it's really important too. I know you didn't mention this, but one thing that I've noticed with myself is I can read my Bible and I can do all the amazing Bible studies and I can pray and I can listen to all the worship music and I can like do all the things that I know to do to keep my mind elevated into like an elevated state. I can jump up and down. I can move my body. I can work out. Like I can do all the things. But guess what? If I then go and I watch something totally crappy on TV and everything that they're talking about and doing is like drama, trauma, negative, bitching, like all these different things, like that's what I end up going to sleep on.
Yep.
And like that's what I dream on.
Right.
And then I'm waking up because that's the last thing I put into my brain. So then I'm waking up and then I'm having to do so much extra work just to get myself back into the positive state. So what you guys watch on TV too is really, really important. Like, you might not think that it's impacting you because you might think, oh, I've got this like this like amazing strong brain and nothing's going to penetrate it, but it really does seep into the subconscious, and it can come out later, like I said, in the sleep or when you're
Yeah.
you're waking up.
No, but like what you're saying is it's actually, that's what they talk a lot about with like 10xing, right?
Right.
Is you need to get rid of the things that are not helping you get to the person you want to become.
Exactly.
You always have to constantly be reflecting, and some people say it's repentance, which I've always referred repentance to like negative things that you've done. But actually, repentance just means that you are going to change and you're not going to do it again.
Yeah.
So if you're constantly going in and saying, okay, this isn't who I'm wanting to be, like today is not who I want to be tomorrow. So you reevaluate daily. Okay, who am I wanting to be tomorrow, and what do I need to do that?
Mm-hmm.
That is me cutting out TV. I haven't watched TV in a long time. Granted, me saying I don't watch TV is not me not watching my phone. I have a really bad habit.
I still watch TV. I mean, that's one thing that if I needed someone to come into the house and they would evaluate like where could you cut out, Heather, TV would be the first thing that people would tell me. I always like am very honest about that. I'm not where I want to be, so I know what I need to do. Most of us know what we need to do. So are we willing to sacrifice and get rid of it so that we can, so we can get to the next.
The biggest question is why haven't you done it yet?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. Why I love it. Like I love the feeling of sitting down and visiting with my family and chilling out and relaxing with them. It's like if for me and our family, this has been like this since I was a kid, man. It's like we all come together and we relax together and we're communing together and we have fun snacks. So it like really feels like a party with like the people that I love. So then if God really wants to take some of that out, how can I have that feeling inside where we're feeling together and we're feeling the love bond and all that without bringing in, the TV. So I think all of us have to figure that out. Some of us it's alcohol. Some of us it's, I don't know, whatever advice. We all have coping mechanisms to help us get through life.
Very accurate.
I know. So, this leads me to my next question. This is perfect. Okay. So in your experience, what are some common challenges that women face when it comes to personal development? And then how do you address or help women to address those challenges within your community? So I know some of us know we need to do personal development, but we're feeling this like this resistance toward it. So let's talk about like, why is this coming up for us ladies when we know it's something that we need to do and is actually going to make us feel better? Like, why do we have so much resistance toward it?
So I have a lot of clients who will either say like that they're just trying to survive the day and that they'll just focus on it tomorrow. Because they have so many things that they're trying to do. They're trying to work. They're trying to be a mom. They're trying to take care. Like if they're a single mom, especially, they're just trying to survive the day in, day out. And I think our common theme is saying we will do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I agree.
And a big thing is, I think, especially as the mother role and figure, is we put off ourselves to help others first, which especially because we're used to having these young children where we have to, because they cannot survive on their own unless we do take care of them. But I think the thing that I have noticed, especially in myself, is why can't you do it together with the self-development, with the self-change? Because you are, as I'm wanting to create a community of women together, you have each person has their own family community and their own family unit. And I feel like the strength needs to come from in the home. These kids nowadays, they don't have the strength that a lot of the times other kids did in older generations. And I think it's because we are constantly putting off ourselves, which then our children are seeing we're putting off ourselves. And then they start to put off ourselves, right? Isn't one of the greatest commandments is saying that you're supposed to love thyself as thy neighbor?
Yes.
But I feel like nowadays we're loving our neighbor more than we love ourselves. And that goes for our children, and it goes for our spouses. The number one thing that I say is, if you're making up an excuse to say that you don't have time, make the time, but do it with the people you love most. Do it with your children. Let them see that you're working on yourself. Let them learn how they can then work on themselves to improve themselves. You know, you can't, it's so easy to say that you can do it tomorrow, but the thought of doing it tomorrow will stress you out because you didn't do it today.
Oh my God, it gives me like anytime that I put off tomorrow, I go to bed with dissatisfaction, and I don't feel like I completed and did my best. And what's really interesting is, like, we start the day wanting to do our best, and then we go to bed wishing we did our best. So my thought around this is, I feel that some of us women have a subconscious way of self-sabotaging ourselves. And we do this by putting ourselves off. And it's almost like we're subconsciously, now we're not aware that we're doing this, but if someone like Freud went and examined you, he would probably come back and say, you know what, you're addicted to beating yourself up.
Yeah.
You're addicted to punishing yourself. You think that you need punishment to make any sort of behavioral change. And I say this because I have had that habit over the years.
Yeah.
So a lot of, these personal development changes that we're feeling called towards or pulled towards, that's going to be really good for us. The reason behind why we're not actually doing it comes sometimes from our way back in our childhood somewhere, and we're just not aware of it until someone like myself or Bailee comes and has a talk like this, and we're like, oh my God, okay, so yeah, I am a huge part of the problem as to why I'm not as successful in my business, or why I'm not attracting the relationship that I know that I deserve. So I love that we're talking about this. This is such an important topic. And Camille even said over here on the side, get out of the comfort zone.
Yep.
And she's a huge proponent to change is great. Like, I have seen her do so much work on herself in the last couple of years of us knowing each other. And that wouldn't have happened if she wasn't near a community like the Mom Link. We hold each other accountable. That is a huge piece of what the Mom Link brings. So yeah, if you're looking for a community of women that support each other, uplift each other, please reach out to me. Just say the word Mom Link and I can get you some more information about our community. If you would like to join Bailee's community, of course, reach out to her. It sounds absolutely incredible and in line with the Mom Link. And I'm so happy that you are here with us. And I'm so happy that our community is going to be able to take advantage of your services and be able to go to the retreat. I'm super, super excited for the retreat. So is there anything else before we go that you would like to share with our viewers about your work or the upcoming retreat? Did we miss anything?
I don't think we did, but I would just say I feel like we all get in our own head a lot of the time. It's actually a doubt cycle, where we're overthinking and then we're doubting ourselves. And once you start catching yourself overthinking, whether it's something that you feel like you need to do for yourself, whether it's joining the Mom Link, joining my community, joining the retreat, if you feel pulled to it, it's probably because it'll be good for you. Like there's always, like I said, that energy and attraction of people who are on the same wavelength. And if that will help you get to where you need to go, but you start overthinking and then you start doubting, you're not going to help get yourself out of that cycle. And you're not going to be able to start going into the change portion. I feel like saying put yourself first sounds selfish, because I think we're always told as women, like, you're not supposed to, and we're supposed to be serving. But I think it's okay to put yourself first. Like if you don't take care of you, nobody else is going to, and then you're going to be slacking and taking years to take care of yourself.
Yeah, don't wait till you're in their 40s like I did.
Yeah.
Well, what does the stewardess people say on the airplane, that we have to put our own oxygen mask on first?
Yep.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
even before our kids. So if we're not at our best, how can we be our best?
Yep.
That I always tell myself that. I'm like, if you don't take care of yourself, if you don't eat right, if you don't work out, if you don't take care of like the sexual part of yourself, as you know, I'm a sex coach, so I was talking about, if you don't take care of your mindset and like if you're not doing it for yourself, how are you going to be able to show up for the people that need you?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be my best if I'm not taking care of myself, and you're not going to be your best either. So it's like we have to. And yeah, it's not going to feel easy at first. It's going to feel like, oh my God, like you're learning how to, what's something like super hard that people have to learn how to do that? I'm like,
I'm like public speaking.
Yes.
That is one.
Like whatever is like the biggest, like that just feels so hard. Like the hardest thing that you could possibly ever imagine to learn. We make personal development out to be that hard. Like we're just, but it's really up here. It really isn't hard. What is harder, or a challenge is probably a better word to say, is forming a new habit around it. That is what is the challenging piece, is just starting and then creating a habit where then you're doing it every day so that it starts to feel easy, like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. All those things were hard too in the beginning, but you know, we did it because we had to. And so if we can look at personal development as like a have to, like I need to do this to become a better me. I need to do this to attract the money and my own tribe and my business and my mate, and to have the best sex life possible and to like everything. Like if we just know we have to do this to get what we want, I think we're going to be more apt to do it. But do you agree with that or no?
Yeah. Well, there's actually, I feel like we end up, if we want something, we feel like we have to justify it as to why it's a need, like why we need something. But it's okay to want it. It's okay to want to be better. It's not necessary. Like you have to be able to give yourself the grace that it's not bad to want. And because when you want something, that means you're going to work for it.
Oh, I love that. I love that.
I do think that it's really important to start making yourself something you want. Your future self as to who you want, the life you want, make it a want and go out and fight for it. And it'll be a lot of work. Everything is a lot of work. Fighting for the things you need is a lot of work.
Yeah.
But if you put yourself off, you're going to just stay in the need zone and you're not going to ever get out, and you're constantly going to be in fear and stress because you're not relaxed with who you are as a person. Like get to the point where you're just happy to be you.
Oh, I love that. That sounds like some final words. I was gonna ask you to share some final thoughts, but that sounds good. I love it. Yeah, get to the place where you're comfortable with being you and who you were designed to be all along. Because I think that we know who that is supposed to be. I think that we have felt her from a very young age. But people in our life have told us that that's wrong, or that that's not right, or that you need to be this or that way. And we started to question ourselves from a very young age. And we started to move with what makes other people feel comfortable. And so if we can just get back in tune with ourselves, I think that's really going to make a huge impact.
Yep. The biggest thing is being in tune with ourselves. We know what we need. We feel it. Just act upon it. Even small actions will help you be able to be hearing those intuitions that much more strongly.
I fully agree.
Small things, small and simple, become great and strong, right?
Yep. Thank you, Bailee. You are an amazing woman. I'm so happy God brought us together, and I'm so blessed that you are part of the Mom Link. And listen, you guys, you need to go and follow this amazing woman on all of her platforms. And I highly recommend attending her retreat that's coming up mid-July. So please reach out to her. It's an all-female inspired retreat. I will be one of the ladies that are leading a workshop there. And it's going to be just an amazing experience of meeting new people and really identifying what your next steps are and showing you like why you're not achieving those next steps, and really identifying and getting to know yourself on a deeper level. And I think that we need to do that as women. We need to be quiet and to separate ourselves from like the everyday. And that's why I'm excited about this retreat, because even I'm an entrepreneur. I've been an entrepreneur for 10 years. We're never done growing. So, and God, I know He uses all of these different opportunities to grow us into the better version of ourselves. So I'm excited for me as well. And I hope to see you all there. Thank you, Bailee, so much. I appreciate your time. Again, welcome to the MomLink community, and I cannot wait to see you soar and glow and grow within this community. It's going to be an amazing adventure together.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm so excited to be here. So
you're so welcome. All right, everyone, take care.